looking Allah Azza wa Jal, looking at that, would accept a portion of your prayer. Right? A portion only. It could be 50%, maybe the other 50% you're thinking of something else, which you shouldn't. Like, oh, I can't wait to finish and go back to sleep. Right? Or I see one of the brothers, he's in the Salah, you know, when you put your hands, you're standing, he's doing this. So after the Salah, we said to the brother, Akhi, why are you doing this? He goes, brother, I'm an accountant, innit? So I'm just counting how much I'm making in the month. In the Salah. Okay? You have one side, wal-'iyadhu billah, in this way. Then you have the other side. You have the likes of Ali radiallahu anhu, who was stung by an insect. He was bitten by an insect, and they had to pull it out from his foot. But whenever they tried, it would be too painful. It was stuck inside his foot, the stinger. And when they tried to pull it out, he said, no, it hurts. No, I can't. Too painful. So they got together and they were like, you know what? This is too painful for you. We need to find a solution. What should we do? So one of the guys, one of the companions, he said, when he's in Salah, prostrating to Allah Azza wa Jal, pull it out from his foot. And in the Salah, in Sajda, they went and pulled it out from his foot, he didn't even realize. Right? He no clue after Salah, they were like, yeah, pull it out. What? Because he's that immersed and focused in the Salah. He's not even there. And the ones who truly have the relationship, when they say Allahu Akbar, it's as if they're not there anymore. They're physically there, but internally they're somewhere else. Just like the man who was standing guard at the tent of the companions and the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam at night, and he's like, you know what? It's like standing security basically. You're not doing anything. So he's like, there's no one here, so I might as well make use of this time and stand for prayer. Want to be productive. So he stands up for prayer, and while he's in the state of the Salah, he's praying, the enemy, they found him. They found the location of the Messenger ﷺ and the companions. So from afar, just like a rifle, they get the bow and arrow and they shoot at him. So he goes and hits his stomach. And he's standing in the middle of reciting in the Salah. So the arrow hits him, it goes inside his stomach. All he does is he pulls it out and chucks it and carries on. So the guy aims again and hits again, and he gets in his stomach again. And obviously this is not a joke, like it goes inside your stomach. And you've seen when the bow and arrow hits, right? It's very powerful. So he hits again, he doesn't even move. So he pulls it out and chucks it. So this guy, the bow and arrow guy, is like, what kind of a person is this? Like, is this bow and arrow working? Like, so he tries for a third time and hits. Hits the target again, once again, another part of his stomach, and he pulls it out and he throws it again. And only then does he break his Salah to stand guard so they don't come close to the tent. So when they asked him, obviously after that he had to be hospitalized. So they asked him, how were you able to focus in that way? He was like, bro, I was reading Surah Al-Rahman. I was in the middle of Jannah. I had no clue they were him. It just felt like an irritation, and I just quickly removed it. But as for me, I was in Jannah, bro. I was reading Surah Al-Rahman. And this is the level of focus that they had in the Salah. Salah was everything to them. Rasulullah before he passed away, obviously he became extremely ill. Extremely ill, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To the point where they would try to get him up, and the fever is so extreme that when he tries to get up, he passes out. Imagine having a fever to the point where you pass out. And when he will wake up, the first thing he says, As-Salla nas, did the people pray? They said, no, Ya Rasul, they're waiting for you. They're like, right, get me up. So they would try to get him up, and then he would pass out again. Become unconscious again. So he wakes up again and says, As-Salla nas, did the people pray? He said, no, Ya Rasul, they're waiting for you. After the third time, he said, I literally can't. Muru Abu Bakr falyusalli bin nas. Tell Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu to lead them in prayer. I can't. Yeah. Before he passed away, Rasulullah says, As-Salah, 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 As-Salah. Hold on to the prayer. Yeah, and he was seen from his house was literally in the masjid. When he would pull his curtain and come out, he would come out to the masjid, his masjid Nabawi. So when the companions, they were led by Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, Rasulullah was seen peeking through. He pulled the curtains and looked at his companions. And he saw them in prayer, being led by Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. And he smiled and just closed the curtain. Because he knows, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as long as the ummah holds on to the salah, they will be successful. As long as Muslims, they hold on to the prayer, they will be successful. But that success in prayer comes from praying properly. It doesn't count if you come and from the beginning of salah to the end of salah, you think what your mom has made for you today, or what kind of cookies you like, or who you're going to chill out with at school today. It doesn't work that way. Because the salah, you need to both physically, emotionally, psychologically, every part of you needs to be inside the salah. And a sign of you not being inside the salah is when you stand and all of this is going on. All of a sudden, inside the salah, you become hyperactive. There's so much to do, there's so many movements, right? So Umar Khattab, when he would see this, he would say, yeah, this is a sign of someone who's physically there, somewhat, but internally, you couldn't be further away from the salah. Okay? So in order for us to now come closer to fully, for our full state to be inside the salah, what do we need to do? Right? Number one, important for us to do is understand what we are saying in the salah. And it's not difficult. Allahu Akbar means Allah is the greatest. You have Surah Al-Fatiha, right? 7 ayat. And then you have the small surahs. Subhana Rabbi al-Azim. Glory be to my Lord, the most great. Sami'a Allahu liman hamida. Allah hears the one who praises him. Rabbana wa lakal hamd. All praise to you, our Lord. Subhana Rabbi al-A'la. Glory be to you, my Lord, the Most High. Rabbi ighfirli. Oh my Lord, forgive me. You always say it like this. If you remember it in this way in the salah, you'll be able to focus more. And you start to taste the sweetness of the prayer. Through understanding what you're saying. Extremely important, guys, that you know exactly what you're saying inside the prayer. Yeah? That you understand from the beginning, Allahu Akbar, until the end, every single word that comes out of your mouth. Number two, this is important, is that you say what you need to say in the prayer from Allahu Akbar until Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, that you say it slightly loud. Slightly. You don't mumble. You don't just move your lips. No. Subhan Rabbi al-A'la. No. Slightly loud. Loud enough for you to hear yourself, but not loud enough for the person next to you to hear you. You understand that? Loud enough for you to understand what you just said. Sami Allahu liman hamida. Right? Word for word. You say it just about loud enough for you to hear, so you are conscious, you understand what you're saying, but for you not to disturb the person next to you, because we don't want that. Yeah, we don't want that. There have been times where I'm standing at the front and I can hear the surah, the person behind me. I'm not you guys right here, but generally, yeah, there have been times where I'm standing at the front and I can hear surah, whether it's قُلْ وَاللَّهُ أَحَدٌ لِإِلَافِ قُرَيْشَ وَأَلَمْ تَرَ كَيْفَ. I can hear it from the person behind me. And that causes a problem, right? It disturbs other people. So you don't want to say it too loud. At the same time, don't mumble, because you won't be able to focus. They go hand in hand when you say it loud enough, and then you focus on what you're saying. So those two things would allow you to concentrate and focus more in the salah. Other ways of you being able to focus, which is even better and higher, apart from these that I just mentioned, is that you literally imagine that you're standing in front of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Just like, have you seen the guards at Buckingham Palace? The one with the funny hats, and they scream at people who touch them. Have you seen them? Yeah, those big hats. You know, when they stand guard at any part of the palace, are they allowed to move? They can lose their job if they move, you know that? Well, the job description is that you do not move. Obviously, depending on where you are, but if you're standing guard and you have to stay in one place, you are not allowed to move. If you're working inside the palace and the king is there, in front of the king, you are not allowed to move at all in any way, shape or form. And when you go and see important people, if you were invited to Buckingham Palace, how would you dress to meet the king? How would you dress? How would you look? They won't even allow you at the front gate if you don't look properly. Yes, suited and booted, and the perfume, and looking fresh trim to go and see the king. And what about the King of Kings? What about the sovereign of the worlds, the creator of the heavens and the earth? Why is it that when we stand in front of Allah Azza wa Jal, we couldn't care less about our appearance. We couldn't care less about how focused we are. Some of the companions, Hassan ibn Ali radiallahu anh, for the night prayer, he consciously, which is another thing that helps by the way, consciously would wear nice clothes for the prayer. He would put perfume on for the prayer. He would use the miswak, you guys know what the miswak is, right? The siwak. He would use that for the prayer. So when he was asked about this, he was like, I'm standing in front of Rabbul Alameen. How do you not expect me to prepare myself, to wear nice clothes? Who does this today? Who thinks like this today? No one. And it's unfortunate. We don't treat it as a meeting with Allah Azza wa Jal. Rather, we become heedless and we treat it as a simple chore that we need to do 5 times a day. But it's not the case. You know, you should look forward to the prayers. Look forward to standing in front of Allah Azza wa Jal. Yeah, so keeping those things in mind, guys, will help you have more peace and tranquility and focus in the prayer. What are the points that we mentioned? Yeah, I'm asking you guys now. Concentration, some of the youngsters. What are some ways that would help you focus in the prayer?
Thinking that Allah is in front of you.
Excellent, thinking that Allah is in front of you. Who else? Please tell me you guys were awake when I was speaking. Shall I start again from the beginning?
The translation of
Closing.
what we were saying.
Translation, yeah, understanding what you're saying in the salah. Anything else?
When you're reading it, say like a little bit loudly, but
Excellent, very good. Say slightly loudly, enough for people around you to hear you, right? Right? No. Do you have to say it loud enough for people around you to hear you? No. Loud enough for?
only you to hear.
Only you to hear it. But not loud so that you disturb others around you. Anything else that I said? What about how you look when you come for the prayer? You're not going to raise your hand, I'm going to choose. Or you?
Wudu. Before you pray, you need to do wudu.
How do I have to look? Obviously wudu, that's good. You have to have wudu.
You need to pick, you need to look and like dress up good clothes.
Yes. Yes, you know this. Why don't you raise your hand then? Right? Excellent, guys. So these are some of the points. Yeah.
And don't move.
Don't move. Very good. But automatically, when you do these things, you're not going to move. Because you're focused. When you're focused, you're not going to move. Only when you're thinking of what movie am I going to watch? Where am I going to go out? The barbecue today, the park, mom's food, cookies, there's accountant, thinking of his job. Yeah, only then do you start to move in the salah. And shaitan will try his best, by the way. He also knows very well, just like we see here and we know, that salah is your success. Shaitan knows that. As soon as you start, he's there. Trying and trying, pecking at you until you salam alaykum. He tries to take from your salah. Keeps trying to take from your salah. To the point where the one guy came to the Shaykh and said, Shaykh, I've lost something. I can't find it. He goes, go pray 2 rak'at. He prayed 2 rak'at, came back, he goes, I found it, Shaykh. How do you know that's going to help? He said, I know. Shaitan can't resist the temptation of telling you in the salah. And I think I can guarantee every one of us, we have remembered stuff inside the salah. Wallahi, outside the salah, you will not have remembered. There will be times where I personally have remembered something like, you know what, just based on this, you know Shaitan is true. He's right there. You remember stuff in the salah, outside the salah you never remember. He tries to take as much of your salah as possible. Yeah, he tries to make you look around instead of looking down. He tries to make you think of other things. That's why when the shaitan comes and tries to peck at you and tries to hit you and try to take from your salah, what do you have to do?
Be focused.
Yeah, be focused, obviously. But when it gets too much for you, then what you need to do is say A'udhu Billahi Shaitanir Rajeem, again not too loud, and just slightly blow to the left, like not spit, blow to the. I actually seen someone spit, by the way. Yeah, it didn't go well because there's a person next to him. Yeah, so don't spit, but just blow 3 times. Yeah? So all of these things, guys, if you were to keep them in mind and apply them to your salahs, insha'Allah ta'ala, our salah will become a lot sweeter, a lot more improved, and more chance of it being accepted, and then more chance of you being on the straight path and being steadfast. Because the one who prays and his salah is accepted, it is not possible for him to fall astray or make mistakes or become a disobedient servant of Allah Azza wa Jal. May Allah Azza wa Jal allow us to build our relationship with the salah. May Allah Azza wa Jal accept all of our good deeds, all of our worship. May Allah Azza wa Jal allow us to pass the test of the salah on Yawm al-Qiyamah. For passing that test ensures and guarantees your success with the other actions. And may Allah Azza wa Jal never ever take the salah away from us, and allow our hearts to always be connected to the salah and to the masajid of Allah Azza wa Jal. Barakallahu feekum wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.